Well, here we are at Cleghorn Elementary. This is August 3rd, 1992, and I guess they're going to be tearing this down next year, and they're building a new school now. And I'm just kind of here observing everything, reminiscing, going through some stuff, and you know, gonna have some stories and everything about Cleghorn Elementary and the times that I had. And I'm 21 years old now, and how many ever years ago later. This, get to focus. This used to be the music room, and I had to sit back there every Monday morning to go over with a speech pathologist for my lisp. And as you can see, it's done me much good. But Mrs. Williams was our music teacher, and we sat up front here. The desks were facing that way though, and there's a piano right over there. We had our little recorders, and we sang along with Mrs. Williams. This is a library. Oh, I remember coming up here and being in charge of the... Okay. Thank you. I had to come up on the desk, and I got to plan entertainment and stuff. We got to come up here with the group and plan out our... This was my 4th grade room, and as you can see, Mrs. Stoner is still there.
Mm-hmm.
The classroom is exactly the same.
Imagine 21 years teaching and never changing anything. I guess it wouldn't be 21 years. Yeah, since you were working.
And that's the door we came in. We go out to a recess and stuff, and that's where we set our milk cartons for milk every morning. And I sat, I think sometimes I sat over there, and then another time I sat over here. And that desk right there.
I don't even remember back then. I remember when the teachers were.
And when I got in trouble, I had to come back in this room every recess for like the last couple months and copy dictionary pages. So I didn't have a single recess for the past couple months of my 4th grade life.
What'd you do?
Hold on.
What'd you do? Put it on film.
It's not appropriate if my kids ever watch this.
Okay, stop it then. What'd you do?
Well, so that's why I had to stay in every recess. But I think over the course of the couple months, I only got 2 dictionary pages copied. Never actually turned them in. I'd mostly sit here at the window and look out at everybody playing recess. And everybody would come rushing in here through the door, and I'd run back to my cubicle and act as if I was copying dictionary pages again. Miss Ekman's still here. Still teaching 5th grade.
Do you have the date and the year and stuff in there also?
No, that's not right. Let me try it. No, it says 1991. It's 1992. It's August, what's today? The 3rd?
3rd.
August 3rd, 1992. Second Miss Johnson wasn't my teacher. Mr. Scarborough was. He was my 6th grade teacher. Of course, this is 2nd grade in here now. 2 checks. So did I always say smart off to him? He'd say 2 checks. I'm gonna drink a little water from here. You should remember this.
Yeah, let me take some drink from the water.
Still recording.
Oh, well, I thought you shut it off.
This is me how many years later getting a drink from the water fountain. I used to drink.
Well, let's see. The last time you drank out of this fountain was in 6th grade, right?
Yeah. So.
How old are you? Okay, so that was like 6 years before you graduated. How many years has it been since you graduated?
From high school?
Yeah.
89.
2, right?
Since I graduated, 3 years.
3? So that'd be 12, 13, 14, 15 years later.
15 years.
Oh, wait a minute, not 15. 9 years
now.
later. This is 9 years later, maybe. Okay.
course, I can drink a lot more now too. You know. And right over there, that bed,
Yes.
that was the nurse's bed. And I remember one time when I was sick, I had a fever or something, or maybe I was faking it. I don't remember, but
Walk over to that bed and tell us this story.
okay.
You were faking being sick.
No, I don't know. I wanted to get out of the test or something, so I came over here and she pulled a little curtain around me and she wanted to take my temperature to see if I had a fever. And she said, well, could you roll over and put your pants down? And I was like, here I was, like in the 4th grade, and this lady was telling me to roll over, pull my pants down, because she was going to do a rectal exam with her thermometer. And then she sat there for a second, I just didn't even move, and she goes, well, okay, just open your mouth.
She probably was testing you to see if you were really sick.
Yeah, I know she was, and she took my temperature, but it just scared me to death. But, you know, and then I remember, that's the boys' bathroom right behind you there. There was a time when I went in there, I don't know if I was in 6th grade or something. My dad, I had a bunch of funny pairs of underwear that my dad had let me wear and stuff. And I was showing the guys this, you know, I had one like, had a picture of a whole skull on the front of it, you know. And then my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Scarborough, walked in and we were all doing that. And that was pretty embarrassing. I used to, I believe, wash my hands in that sink. I used to go potty over here.
This is where Sean went potty. Of course, he wouldn't be doing his little pee-pee dance in here, but
Yeah.
somewhat, yes. That will haunt you the rest of your life, you know. It's a mistake you made.
So I always wanted to know what the girls' bathroom looked like.
Okay, let's go see. Okay. Whoa, you didn't tell me there was a dip there. Something like that. Well, does it really look any different? Oh, it's got 2 sinks.
Yeah, they're lucky.
And it doesn't have one of them little handy dandy things like you have to pee in.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, go.
And there was a couple things. There was a couple of the elite members of the elementary crew, you know, that had dared to come in here, you know, and they found these little dispenser boxes on the side of the women's stalls. There's such a mystery about what those were for. Now I know. And they always said, oh, you'd understand when you're older. Now I'm older and I understand. So if my kids ever watch this, you'll understand when you're older. Yeah, I remember. Oh, I remember when I was in football and I chipped a bone in my ankle. So I had to be on crutches for a couple weeks. And I had to walk up and down these stairs on crutches. And that was so tough. Because back then, I mean, these were big stairs for little kids. See, look at, they even emphasize it now. Going up, slow down, you know? They know.
Mm-hmm.
And this right here, we had a little desk in here in the mornings and stuff. And, we would sell like erasers and notebooks and pencils and little whatever we would order for toys because I was on the student council. And I had to sit here in the morning and man this so the kids would come in and take their milk money and buy little toys and stuff. They wouldn't buy pencils or anything, they'd just buy the toys that we ordered. So, because every month we'd look in the magazine to see and we'd order the wildest things to get those, you know, so that we could have them and buy them and play with them in the class. Good little chairs. This is probably like the naughty area or something. Kids get busted. This.
That's almost as high as your knee.
It's just a little butt. Little butt can fit there. That's all. Not this. This doesn't fit there anymore.
Oh, I don't know. It's still a nice butt. I can just hear our kids going, oh, Mom, gross. But when you get older, you'll understand.
This is at 3 o'clock every day, man. We come out of that room or out of that room. Oh, I remember one time. Well, there was 2 times that I remember in this classroom. I think we were in...
Let me not photograph you in front of the windows.
Okay. There's this classroom right here. Two things I remember, and they both happened to Mary Fallon. Mary Fallon's dad used to be the head of the school district and stuff. They moved away, and Mary moved away too. There was one time when I brought a whoopee cushion to class. We were all coming in, and Mrs. Brodsky wasn't in the classroom.
Kids, don't do this at home.
And don't ever bring a whoopee cushion because I get in big trouble. Anyway, but I ran in there and I blew it up and stuff, and Mary was just about to sit down. I threw it under her seat, on it, and everybody started dying. And Mary started crying because she was so embarrassed. And Miss Brodsky came back in, and they're like, "Okay, who did this?" And of course, everybody's right at me, pointing at me because I did it. And the other thing about Mary was we had just got back from lunch or something. We came back over here for class, and Mary just wasn't acting too good, And Miss Brodsky was teaching the class, and we were all paying attention to her and stuff. And Mary she raised her hand, and Miss Brodsky says, "Yeah," and she says, "I gotta go," and Miss Brodsky said, "Oh, okay, whatever." She just got up, and right there, she just puked up a bunch of carrots and whatever she just had for lunch, and the little things and whatever, and we were just, it turned our stomachs right at the bottom of the stairs there.
Right there.
Where Mary heaved up all that stuff. It was just pretty raunchy, and then of course the janitor came with their little janitor sawdust all over it, and it has that smell, that school puke smell, Just smell that.
I think that's universal.
I can smell it right now.
Yeah, I can smell it too.
That sawdust school puke.
So did she go to high school with you too?
No, she moved away before that. Or wait a minute, she was in junior high, but then she moved away in junior high.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Why? So I teased her the rest of her life about tormenting me with the school puke smell.
Yes. You're very handsome today.
Well, this is a little entryway here where we had our little cubby holes and stuff where we'd throw our stuff and our coats and our folders or whatever, stuff we didn't want to take in the classroom. You'd come running out here at recess and stuff like that. I remember there was one time when Corey Stover and Kelly Murray were out. I was in doing something. I chose to stay in that specific recess to work on an art project or something. I wasn't in trouble, just stayed in. And they were out here at the little dodgeball or the kickball thing, and Corey was the bully of the school. He was big. He was like 17 and still in elementary. And Kelly Murray. Anyway, Kelly Murray and he were fighting, and Corey punched him in the eye and cut open his eye, and he just had blood shooting out. And I was down in that room, and all I heard was this screaming. And I saw Kelly run in with his hand over his eye and just blood dripping down. And I saw him through the doorway there and ran out here in the little trail of blood, and Corey had just busted open his eye pretty bad. So I guess this is the last time for Cleghorn here.
So say goodbye.
Okay. No, I can't. Bear can stay the night here. Okay. Bye.